So welcome back guys to another video, and today I'm doing a review on the SNK 40th anniversary collection. Now this will be coming out on November 13th and it's going to be on all platforms, but I'm going to be reviewing the port on the Nintendo Switch. And I have to give a big shout out to the folks at NIS of America for being so kind enough to send a review copy to the studio. Now once you start this collection, you're greeted with 14 classic SNK titles from the very beginning, and that's very important to note. But you have games like the Ikari Warriors trilogy. You also have Crystalis, a very underrated NES action RPG. Games like Athena, Vanguard, the list goes on. It's got a pretty good selection of games, and for the most part I like them. One of the things I really do like about this collection is I love the UI. I love the fact that the games are easy to select, and you can select either the Japanese or the English region. And most importantly, that's something I thought was really cool, is the fact that you can switch between the arcade or console ports. So say you play Ikari Warriors on the NES, you can play it on this collection, or you can play the definitive arcade version. And of course, I have to talk about the emulation, because just because this is official emulation doesn't mean it's good emulation. And the thing about it is I went ahead and hooked up my Raspberry Pi 3 running some Neo Geo ROMs, and I put in Prehistoric Isle, and you guys are seeing the footage of the Pi 3 playing this game. And it plays really well. And then we go into the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, and you know what? It plays just as good. Now I do want to note there's going to be a day one patch when this game launches that fixed a lot of issues that I was seeing in some of the emulation. One is going to be a new optional single stick mode for all twin stick games like Ikari Warriors, Victory Road, Guerrilla Warfare. Players can use one stick to control movement and aim simultaneously. With single stick mode enabled, two players can now play multiplayer games together using single Joy-Cons. Also, an added optional auto fire mode for all twin stick shooters. Bullets can now fire automatically in the direction that the second stick is pointed at. Previously, players would have to hold a fire button. There's also some fixes on the aspect ratio and some audio accuracy. Now, some of the downfalls to this collection, I'll go ahead and mention that, is I don't like the fact that there's not really any save states. The only time you can save in the game is if the game prompts you, like as if you were actually playing Crystalis, you can save anywhere. And anytime you exit the game, you can actually save at that point and kind of go back to it. That kind of bothered me a little bit. I like having my save states, like saving anywhere, but of course they did utilize a feature that we've seen a lot in the Mega Man collections and the Sega Genesis collections, and that is the rewind feature. Now this is pretty handy, I have to admit. You know, if you're playing a game and you die a whole lot, you can actually rewind all the way to the very beginning. I was like, wow, I can finally beat Athena. Of course, you can also look back on the SNK history. That's one of the things I love about these compilation collections, is looking at gaming history. Look at, you know, the old arcade cabinets, the old arcade flyers, some of the advertisements. It is a big part of gaming history that I really enjoy. But getting into the things that I don't like about the SNK collection is some of the games. Some of the games that were on the collection, I felt like we're just taking up space. You know, we don't need, or I didn't necessarily want a whole Ikari Warriors trilogy. A lot of these games are very military, tank, shooter games that are fun, but I feel like a lot of them are one of the same. So that's kind of my issue. And also, but when I think of SNK, I think of Neo Geo. I think of, you know, games like Art of Fighting, Magician Lord, Metal Slug. And of course those games are not on this collection, and you may be scratching your head, but it makes a little bit of sense considering these games are already, you know, on the Nintendo eShop. It's already on PSN and Xbox Live. Maybe it's something to do with license with those companies, the reason why a company like NIS of America couldn't get those ports. But I am excited to announce that there'll be 11 DLC titles coming as free editions on December 11th. While the game launches on November 13th, out of the 11 DLC titles, 9 will be implemented via patch, while the remaining 2, Beastbusters and SAR Search and Rescue, will be available as a free bundle on the game's store page on the Nintendo eShop release day of December 11th. So overall though, I do like the SNK collection. You know, if I had to give it a score, I'm going to have to give it a solid 7 out of 10, straight in the middle. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just a really fun little collection piece to have, and this is where you guys come in. Do you guys plan on getting this collection? I mean, for some people, a retail of $39.99, you know, 40 bucks USD, maybe a little too much for some people, but I do feel like if you like old school arcade games, and if you've already, you know, went and bought out the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle or the Sega Genesis collection, this is something to definitely add to your gaming shelf of gaming history. Anyway guys, as always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out all the affiliated links on the bottom. You know, check out the Facebook page, the Instagram, Twitter of course, and as always guys, happy gaming.